Did you know cushions kind of just trivialize farming chorus fruit? The whole problem with farming chorus fruit, if you didn't know, is that you need to get the bulbs on the top to regrow the plant. But with cushions, you can just easily scale them by looking down, holding right click like this. Once you get to a point like this, you just look specifically in this corner, place another one, keep doing the same thing, break as many as you desire, break the bottom thing, and all the plants and all the cushions will break. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about today. Among its many amazing qualities, the cushion has basically revolutionized like pretty cheap transport. Like all you really need to do is place it on the ground 2 blocks apart, and you can just travel as far as you want without any sort of infrastructure in sight. And that got me thinking, what happens if you combine that and another activity? And this is the fruits of my labor, like quite literally. I have created what I affectionately like to call the crop highways, powered by cushions. They're fairly simple. Most of them have the same premise, which is hold left and right click and look in a very specific position, like so. And you will automatically gather all your pumpkins. Same thing works with melons. But as you can see, it does take a while to collect, and I have haste 2 and efficiency 5 netherite. Like, this is ridiculous. Usually it would just be instant, but then I got to thinking, every other crop is instant break. Why don't I just try making one with that? Obviously the downside being you're gonna have to replant the crop after this. And we just hold left and right click again, and these break really fast. To replant, it's a little bit more annoying. You just hold right click and then aim your cursor like about here, shift, shift, shift. You have to keep pressing shift kind of slowly because if you press it too fast and you spam it, it will just not plant the crop. It'll just mount you onto the next cushion. This one also has its prices to pay if you want to use a crop highway. As you can see, it works the same with carrots, with potatoes, with beets, and with nether wart. And here we have another version, 2 crops. It's faster, but it is an absolute pain to replant, so I do not recommend trying it. Just to see how fast it is though, we can line it up like this. Before we get on to the best crop highways, I want to recall a trick that we had 2 videos ago. If you can recall, if you watch that video, you can scale through any solid block with a very specific setup. This setup is not necessary, and all you need to do is find a way to suffocate yourself inside of a block. And wouldn't you know it, if you grow a plant, like a tree or a mushroom inside of yourself, you start suffocating inside of a block. So if we do that, look down, hold right click, we are now on top of this mushroom, which was a massive mushroom, by the way. This would have taken quite a few blocks to get to the top of, and it saves you a lot of time with the cleanup. Obviously, you can do the same thing with a brown mushroom. You can also do this with saplings, which is more for convenience's sake than anything. Where it really is useful is chopping down these really stupid big trees that everyone does not like. We can do the setup we did last video, something like this. Look down when we right click the cushion. We can get to the top of this stupid tree and start taking it down from the top down, just like that. Now on to the rest of the crop highways. Now my masterpiece. I've learned you can also do this with berries. And berries are very interesting. They're a very interesting Minecraft block because when they're full grown, they take up the full space of the block, but once they're picked, they take up all but 1 pixel. So as you can imagine, what you can do is mount the first cushion, look right here, click it once, it harvests, and then you'll just have full access to the cushion. This is by far the best method. If you want to build a crop highway, this is definitely the best one to build. You can also do this with bushes spread out like this. It has to be bush like this, 2 blocks, bush like this. Otherwise, if it's too close, it will just not work. Aim like right here. And as an added bonus, you're able to collect all the berries as you go. You also usually don't take berry damage because you only take berry damage when you move around in the berry bush. It'll also only harvest when the berry bush is fully grown. This is not fully grown, this is one away. This would be fully grown. Now to make the wheat crop highway actually viable, I've created a pickup system and I've added some walls so that the wheat doesn't go everywhere when you travel by. We're just going to try this out to see how it really does fare against the other ones we have. Showcasing it not at its full potential doesn't really give you guys the full picture in case you want to incorporate one of these into your world. Turn on the collection system. Also do note there is water in grates underneath these cushions if you're wondering how they're hydrated. But yeah, the grand total, 27 wheat, not too bad. I think each of them have their own use and are all pretty fairly viable. So this is what I think the crop highway's greatest strengths are. Thank you for watching. If you want to watch the video where I go over being able to clip through any block in Minecraft with cushions, that's going to be on screen. There's also a video where I made a pretty cool minigame with only 8 blocks, no redstone, no commands, which I also think is pretty neat. Anyways, see you in the next one. Goodbye. Bye-bye. Have a nice day. Have a nice day. Have a nice day.